Okay, what's up, YouTube? You know what it is. It's Spacey Lake Show one more time. About to give you another video. So, I want to talk to you guys real quick about a story. So, Dan Hurley, he has inked a $50 million deal, 6-year, $50 million deal with UConn. So, it's revealed now what his contract terms are with UConn, and he decided to go with a $50 million deal for 6 years. Obviously, we knew that the Lakers offered him $70 million for 6. So a lot of people may be wondering why is there such a great disparity. But what the article is saying is that there's some other incentives that's not really spoken about that is very lucrative for Dan Hurley, and it's going to give him more control over the team and stuff like that. So we don't know. Obviously, we heard the news about why Dan Hurley decided not to sign with the Lakers. We first heard that he didn't want to sign with the Lakers. He rejected the Lakers offer. Then we heard why. It was mainly due to his family, his wife, his kids, and having to change of scenery, change of location. It's also due to the fact that the program, they just won back to back and they want to go for a 3P, and it's a great program there at UConn. And having that situation, having the security of that situation, not knowing what you're going to go into when it comes on to the Lakers and the scrutiny, coaching the Lakers comes with a lot of scrutiny, and not everybody's really prepared for that or ready for that. And I think those are the reasons why his wife was not thrilled about the opportunity, and he just had to say no, because the idea is that they made decisions together as a family, blah, 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 whatever. So that's what happened. That's what happened. His wife did not like it. His family wasn't really into it. And he looked at the fact that it would be such a disservice to those kids at UConn, because he cares so much for the UConn kids and the UConn players, that he just couldn't do it. He just felt like, maybe he felt like it was morally wrong, whatever. He was doing a disservice to them. They've been great to him, and he wanted to reciprocate that. So, it is what it is. I think the real reason, and Dan Hurley didn't say this, but I think the real reason he didn't sign with the Lakers, because one, I think it's the roster, really. I think that's the real reason he decided not to take that head coaching job. That's just my opinion. I just feel like the roster was not good enough, and I just feel like Dan Hurley recognized that he didn't want to go in a situation like that. He did not want to deal with a team that's dysfunctional in the Lakers. The Lakers is a dysfunctional organization. I don't think he wanted to deal with a dysfunctional organization. And on top of that, you don't really have a great roster. As great as LeBron is, he's 39 years old. He is on his last legs. Let's be real about it. He's not going to play more than maybe 2 or 3 more years in the league. Let's be real. Right? LeBron's not going to be playing no 5-6 years. It's just not going to happen. Right? So you have him for about maybe 2-3 years max. Maybe he's going to play like 2 more years. Whatever. Right? And that's it. He's done. You got AD there, who is injury prone. Right? We know that AD can't even stay healthy. And then you got a roster that's suspect. Right? Suspect at best. You think about guys like Rui, Austin Reeves. Those guys are not winning the championship. Having those guys, you're not going to win the championship with that team. And I think Dan Hurley recognizes that this is just not a good situation. And knowing the history of the Lakers and the Lakers firing coaches and the scrutiny that comes with coaching the Lakers and the hot seat that you're going to be on, because this Lakers job is a hot seat job. And I do think that the Lakers offer could have been higher. If you really wanted to convince Dan Hurley to sign with the Lakers, I don't think you offer him $70 million. I think you offer him somewhere around $90 to $100 million. If you gotta make it so, you gotta make that offer so good, you gotta make that deal so good that you can't refuse it. That's what the Lakers should have done. But the Lakers wanted to cheap out. Rob Pelinka, Genie Bus, the Rambuses, they wanted to be cheap, and they don't want to really open the checkbook, because what I heard, the report I heard was going to be $100,000, and that's not what happened. That's not what happened. The Lakers, I think they, I'm gonna lie, I think they lowball Dan Hurley. I really think that they lowballed Dan Hurley, and I think that's why he didn't sign. I think if the deal was more lucrative, if the deal was more irresistible, he would have went ahead and signed with the Lakers. If it was a deal that was way, if it's too good to be true kind of deal, if it was one of those type of deals, I'm telling you, Dan Hurley would have signed with the Lakers. I don't care what nobody said. But the Lakers wanted to lowball. They wanted to play cheap. They didn't want to go all in, all out to get Dan Hurley. I mean, we seen what Detroit did to get the coach, the former coach of the Phoenix Suns, right? We saw what they did to get him. We saw what Golden State did to re-sign Steve Kerr. Monty Williams, right? Monty Williams, Detroit, right? Monty Williams is getting like $20 million a year. So why is it the Lakers, if you want to get a coach like a Dan Hurley, a prestigious coach like a Dan Hurley, who is decorated, won multiple NCAA championships back to back, how is it in God's name that you don't want to make him one of the highest paid coaches? If you pay him $11 million a year, which is essentially what the $70 million for 6 deal is, that just makes him an average NBA coach. That just makes him an average paid NBA coach. If you want to make him one of the higher paid coaches in the league, you got to offer him about $90 million. And if you want to root him up and his family up from that situation where everything is good and he's comfortable and everything is going great over there, then you're gonna have to overpay to get him. That's just how business works, right? You can't just feel like, oh, you're just gonna pay him something that you feel like is better than what UConn's gonna give him and he's gonna leave. If you really wanted Dan Hurley, you had to go all out, and you didn't. I think the Lakers, they dropped the ball there, and I think it's a bad look overall. I really think that it was a bad look overall. I said it in my previous video. I just feel like the deal was not good enough, and I think, so it's 2 reasons. I think the main thing, the roster was bad, and then the deal is not good enough, right? It's not good enough for Dan Hurley. You got to make that deal so irresistible. You got to make that deal something that he's going to look at and be like, yo, I can't turn this sort of money. This is life-changing wealth. I cannot turn this down. You got to make it that level. And if you make it like that, I'm telling you, no wife, no nothing is going to stop this man from coaching the Lakers. But because you guys didn't do what you were supposed to do, which was really pay this man, as a result, this is what you have. You have a whole media circus around it, and it's just a bad look overall. But let me know what you guys think about this. We got the fake reason why Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers deal, and we also got the reveal of his contract with UConn. But let me know what you guys think, and have a great day. Peace, Lakers, signing out. Peace.